Hello friends, in the previous video we have seen about queries about databases. In this video we will see about queries of tables. But before we jump into queries of tables, I will just tell about categories and overview of table queries. First, table queries are classified into four. Okay, I'll give abbreviation. One is DDL, 2 DML, 3 TCL, 4 DCL. Okay, what is DDL? Data definition language. Data manipulation language. Transaction control language. Data control language. Let me explain with a paint which I have already created. Okay, anything, okay, any query which talks about this database, okay, or this table creation, or if it talks about all the rows, about row, for example, you can see whichever it defines here. Is this entries defines this table? No. The serial number, a roll number, and the name defines this table, because this will be a column in the future. All these entries will be added here. Anything which defines this database and this table, like this, till here, anything which defines this database, this table, and this rows and this columns, okay, these are all called DDL commands. DDL commands, which is nothing but you have in this itself data definition, so which defines the structure of the table. DDL commands. Okay, anything which talks about the entries. Okay, anything which talks about any queries which talks about this entries and all. You can edit, update, or manipulate anything. Okay, this is nothing but DML. As the name includes, it is manipulation of entries. This is nothing but DML queries. Okay, and third one is, in this case, okay, in DDL and in DML, whatever changes which you make, which it cannot be revoked back. It's like, once if you make changes, if you give like a delete a table, that's all, a table will be deleted. There is nothing called undo option and all. If this happens in transactions and all, like for example between two people transactions and all, if like this happens, and for banking, for something, this will become a very big problem. So that's, in those cases, they have a separate command called TCL. So in that you have an undo option, revoke option, all those things. Those are all called transaction control language. They'll commit it and then they can revoke it. They can set this transaction to happen at this particular time, like this. This is called transaction control language. Okay. And the last one is DCL. What is DCL? For example, you have seen now, right? I could not delete in this process. I'm trying to like show databases, I'm just giving it, and I'm just taking this MySQL, and in MySQL I'm just trying to drop this. If you see here, I'm getting something called access to the system schema. MySQL is rejected. So which means that someone has created and they have provided me access only to see what is present inside it, and I cannot edit or delete or do something. This is nothing but setting a role. Okay, this is what data control. You can control the data, like you can control the access for the data. You can give the control. For example, they should be only reviewer, they should be only editor, and he is the admin, like that. Those things will be present in data control language. Only these four categories are present. One is DDL, DML. DDL defines for data definition language, which defines the structure of the table present over here. And the DML defines the data manipulation language. Like if you want to delete an entry, add an entry, rename the entry, anything whichever you do for the entries which are present inside it, rows present inside it, this will come under, those commands will come under DML. And if you wanted to control, for example, if you want to give access to another person only as a reviewer, editor, admin or anything, data can be controlled. Okay, data usage or data view can be controlled. This is nothing but data control language. And in these three cases, you don't have, not these three cases, these two cases, you don't have something called rollback, or you don't have something called commit, so that you can have the control on your data. You're like, you can make a changes, like at this particular time it has to go and it has to revert back the changes. All these things you cannot make with DML and EDL. Those things you can make with TCL, because transaction, it's mainly for banking sectors, and it's mainly for some data transmission sectors, everything. So those things you can do it in TCL. These are all the four, only these are all the four main categories of queries for tables. We will look into one by one in the upcoming videos. First, I'll start with DDL and we'll look into one by one. Thank you.